Hey, welcome back to the Passing Show. We're probably going to switch off the wireless on to uh, uh, the folks who are out there and give you a little bit of who, what, when, and where. A little primary documentation for historians of the future as well. I do think a lot about history and this little bit of cinema verite. I do on a pretty frequent basis, sometimes more than once a day. It could lose me folks who might want to hmm, I'm distracted. That's interesting. What else they got? Anyway, it might lose me subscribers because I'm so prolific, but this is the work and the fourth way sense of the work. If you're familiar with G.I. Gurdjieff and his works in general, the Algeb's Tales to his grandson, for instance, work I have not hacked through yet myself, but it's out there. Discipline. The having of a practice, and this is part of my practice. That's what sort of constructs an inner architecture through which we can engage with the world. And you can see what's happening at the level of, human scale right here and now. It's just having to get across. Oops. I can't. Just. So that's the embassy of Albania over there. And I'm next door to the embassy of Moldova. You can see the Moldovan flag flying in the breeze. And up the block, you just see a little bit of the dentation molding around the top of the embassy of Costa Rica. So those three embassies are my close neighbors. Used to have the embassy of Senegal right over McClellan's retreat there, where it says for lease, embassy style property with elevator and so, but nobody's in it right now. It's a crow. I love watching the corvids and our bird friends generally. We have a fair number of crows around. Oh, we've got some jets crossing above us too. I have an app on my phone that can tell me where those jets are going and what they are, where they came from. I'm not going to use it while I'm talking to you guys and filming, but I'll check that one out. They're all going about the same route. It's probably hard to resolve them on the camera, but you might be able to see the contrails. And it's always fascinating to me to watch the passing show, watch the activities of humans. Now, a lot of the cloud structures above us weren't possible, before the jet age. They just weren't flying up there, that level. I go to the Smithsonian from time to time with this little camera on. I did this fairly recently at the Air and Space Museum, looking at the Wright Flyer in one room, and not very far at all from a mock-up of the LM. Oh, it's not a mock-up; it is LM2 lunar module. That did not go to the moon or into space. And it is here on the ground. I think it's the only one we have at this point. Foreign affairs, the Atlantic, person of the year. On about Pope Leo and Pope Francis. Leaders of so many followers of the Catholic faith. No, it's a remarkable thing what Jesus did. I was talking about the jumping Jesus phenomenon. Robert Anton Wilson talks about how there's cumulatively all of human knowledge at the time of Christ would equal one Jesus. It's a measurement. And so you just take that time. Then how long does it take for human knowledge to double? Well, 1,500 years is Wilson's analysis. And then it doubles again by 1750, 250 years. Doubles again in 150 to 1900. And in 1900, then we're at 8, right? That's from 2, 4, 8. And then 16 comes along by 1950. 32 comes around by 1960. And it keeps on climbing at that exponential rate. So we're at the quintillion Jesus now, like 40 quintillion. I don't know. Jim and I told me this was a ridiculous exercise to project it out, but I didn't feel so. I felt it was a perfectly reasonable thing to do. So what are we doing? I think I'm going down to Daily Provisions this morning, see if it's open on a Sunday. If it's not, I do DuPont Coffee Collective, which I haven't done for quite a while. I'm going to look at the market. She's just getting started. Lunch has those up there. What else is going on? Got a fair number of different people. Don't look like many on that bus there. Come on, one on the bus. It's a Sunday tradition for me to come down to the market. I'm not regular with it, but I like to think about how every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. And one of the best things people could do is to use local farmers markets. My friend David Gantz has a tune out called The Bounty of the County. David has a radio show too. And in a way, this is my radio show, my little television show, if you will. So, like I said, raw material, primary documentation for historians of the future. It's it's what it is, you know. I've been really open lately about being in recovery from alcoholism, about as a sober man, what that means. I've been a little open about aspects of my life that, well, you know, when you expose yourself to the public, it's dicey. Look at the bounty of the counties here. Folks got sample trays out as well. Oops. Beverage being poured. Got coffees. Got some sort of lavender lemon. Little tiny check mark, but it also lion's mane. I love that. I take lion's mane and capsules, but I probably ought to just cook it and eat it. Ideally, yeah, it will change my life because I do love vegetables like this. The peppers, very attractive. Hey, how are you? Admittedly, it costs a little more to shop at the farmer's market, but you know, it does so much for the environment to not have to move foods across the country and across the world. Oh, gotta have me a peach. It's good. Not quite as ripe as it should be. It's early in the season yet, but it is, I guess. Yeah. So if you're joining us on the Passing Show, thank you. I love markets like that. Yeah, I do too. I like just looking at people, looking at them, everyone being center of their own universes. You know, many of us are kind of sleepwalking through our lives, but then they're connecting too. I'm probably passing people I know. And if not, maybe you know them. Think about it. These are all our neighbors here in DC, where you hear about so much drama happening. Oh, that's so good. goat cheese brie called Crescendo. I've had that before. I'm avoiding it right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I just want to move, want to get to where I'm going. I'll be a part of this world. And that's what I am. I am what I am. That's a Fleetwood Mac song. So got playing in my head called Family Man. Well, I don't have family as such aside from my wife. I have a sister, a brother-in-law. I have some cousins, uncles and aunts. Um, yeah, there's a fair number of people in our world. I'm not very connected with them, though. I mean, less connected with them than I am with the people that pass me by here. Um, I think about that sometimes. I'm so tired, so sad. So I don't know what to call it.
I'm putting like what they determine as like, oh, for this computer.
Poor mom.
Are you in the?
I worry about her. She's down in the senior living facility and delicata squash. My wife would really like me to get some of that. So I may come back by here on my way home and pick those up. I have to remind myself. 'Tis the season. My wife is a big fan of delicata. Look at over there. All seedless watermelon. Yes. So much. Quartz. What? Regular poppy flower. And that's it for that spin through the market. I'm going to go over towards the flea market now. My friend Ty used to have a record tent there where he sold records on flea market days. It's a sideline. It's a freelance graphic designer, among other things. Good guy. And yeah, he's starting to embrace AI through his Photoshop creative suite. And, we're all getting to use these tools, generative AI, as well as, relational AI. It's not the same as human at all, but it's a tool. It's totally ones and zeros behind the scenes. Algorithms, it's definitely not what we are. Our brains moving between gel and soul. And all of the abilities we have in terms of our imaginations. Of course, we are limited and we only see what we see. I mean, I'm taking in the passing show through these lenses, but the sensor is capable probably of detecting other things beyond my range. Certainly my eyes are beginning to not register blue as well as I used to. That's what I understand. Certainly my wife and I don't agree on things that are green and blue all the time. I say blue, she says green, vice versa. Mostly vice versa. There's a biography of Zbigniew Brzezinski, who a friend of mine saw in the Phillips collection not too long ago. Maybe I was with her. I don't remember. Empire of AI, Dreams and Nightmares, and Sam Altman's Open AI. It's one that's grabbed my mind. Plato and the Tyrant, another one that I'm looking at. Oral History of the Making and Unleashing of the Atomic Bomb by Garrett M. Graff, The Devil Reached Toward the Sky. Yeah, there's a lot of information there, right? I did a little bit more research on nuclear weapons and how little material actually was converted to energy in them. It is what it is. Simple human kindness, as usual. Change your life, not your lifestyle. Gain and demand skills with courses available, wgu.edu. There's the advertisement that I'm passing. And what else do I want to do? Oh, it does look like Daily Provisions is open. Or is it? Yeah, it is. I think I might take a perch inside, see if I like that. And we're going to drop this here. So If you have joined us, thank you. Good morning, John Marshall. Good. This David Gross, seeing you a number of times. Juan Pablo Martinez has joined. Okay, that's not very many, 4, but that's great. 4 is more than 1, is more than 0. And if these ripple effects go out and make any dent in anybody's cranium, fantastic. And every cent spent is a vote. So remember that.